Transportation is so superb.
The level of accommodation is better.
Very close to the Prophet Mosque.
I felt I should still be here to still worship more.
The changes have been so magnificent, so incredible.
Medina was a wonderful experience.
They exceeded our expectation.
For me, the Hajj savings scheme is something which we must start.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another edition of the program As You Answer the Call. I am Binta Magaji, standing in for a regular host. Preparatory to 2020 Hajj exercise, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON has begun the screening of all companies that are expected to participate in airlifting Nigerian pilgrims and luggage. Details of the 3-day screening exercise is the focus of our Spotlight segment. As usual, we shall also feature other regular segments, including the NAHCON News Diary, which features the activities of NAHCON chairman, key functionaries of the commission, and other stakeholders. These are more shortly after the break. Thanks for being there. We begin the program with a news diary as presented from our studio. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON says it will partner with Taj Bank in order to actualize its plans to establish the Hajj savings scheme. NAHCON chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan stated this when he received the management of the bank at the conference hall of Hajj House in Abuja.
The savings itself will be fundamental to even achieving the very purpose of Hajj. We are already in the process of getting approval from the appropriate government authority to start the Hajj savings scheme. We hope very soon we'll be able to be out of it and then get the appropriate partnership with those of you who have similar aspirations with us.
Earlier in his remarks, Managing Director of Taj Bank, Nur Fadelizan Abdurrahman, said the Islamic Bank will help the Commission to achieve its long and short-term objectives in Hajj management.
I need to understand that the current problem in hand is the payment that you will receive and being accumulated will be a little bit closer towards Hajj, right? Whereby you will need those funds much earlier to do a lot of bookings and planning ahead. Yeah, so there lies a gap. So how do we service or help the Hajj Fund, the Hajj Commission in this gap? Of course, we will need to drill down further and discuss on the quantum, the tenor, yeah, and means by which we can operate this bridging financing.
The Taj Bank, which has its headquarters in Abuja, also has branches in zones and states of the Federation. NAHCON chairman also hosted the management of the International Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, Bayero University, Kano. The NAHCON chairman and the head of the institute, Professor Binta Tijani, discussed the plans to kickstart the Hajj Training Institute. The institute, when fully operational, will train Hajj officials and other stakeholders. In a related development, members of the Committee on FCT Ulama led by Imam Tajuddin Bello Adigun paid a courtesy visit to NAHCON chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan. Speaking during the visit, Imam Tajuddin Adigun reiterated the commitment of the ulama to support NAHCON in its quest to provide better service to pilgrims.
Committee of FCT Imams Initiative are always concerned with the issue of Hajj, like any other state, because they are almost the custodian of where the commission is. So from time to time, we would like you to give us the opportunity of relating to you the complaints. I will not mention the successes because that is primary. The complaints and the negativity that people are seeing either of your own person or those who are around you in the commission. That will give you a very good understanding of the performance, and that will give you assessment of what you are doing, and then it will give you also opportunity of progress and development.
Responding, NAHCON chairman says the commission will continue to relate with the ulama because of their unique position in Hajj matters.
You are our scholars, you are the inheritors of the Prophet, and I'm sure that you will continuously pray for us as a country, and you pray for us to succeed, because you know when you are with us, Allah will be with us. We do not say that we have the magic, but I can assure you that we are seriously committed to make a change. We are seriously committed to make it better. We know that this itself is in the hands of Allah.
Highlight of the visit was the presentation of documents to NAHCON, which contains the views of the ulama on Hajj management. Also at the Hajj House, the chairman received the leadership of the Association of Hajj and Umrah Operators in Nigeria, NAHCON. Discussions during the visit focused on how to work harmoniously for greater success in Hajj management and administration. Alhamdulillah. If you're just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation on the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. When making plans for the airlifting of Nigerian pilgrims, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, puts into consideration a number of factors in order to ensure a hitch-free Hajj exercise. One such factor is securing the services of reliable airliners. This is done through the screening of all companies that have indicated interest to participate in the airlifting of Nigerian pilgrims. Last week, NAHCON screened companies that applied to take part in the airlifting of pilgrims for the 2020 Hajj. Details of the screening exercise in our segment Spotlight.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Airlifting of Nigerian pilgrims during Hajj is one aspect of the Hajj operation that the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, takes seriously. This is to ensure that Nigerian pilgrims get value for their money. It is also the reason why the Commission strives to secure the services of reliable air carriers to take part in the airlift of pilgrims. This will require screening through an assemblage of applicants to secure the best. Preparatory for the 2020 Hajj, the screening exercise conducted by NAHCON lasted 3 days. It was preceded by the inauguration of the screening committee under the leadership of NAHCON's Commissioner of Operations, Abdullahi Magaji Hardawa. Inaugurating the committee, NAHCON Chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kunle Hassan said air carriers are very central to the success of Hajj operations and also to NAHCON policy of making Hajj affordable for the Nigerian pilgrims.
As a key partner and terminal factor, I wish to solicit your support and cooperation in this matter. I hope you will give these issues a lot of consideration during the screening process. We can make Hajj affordable to many more Nigerian Muslims. It will not only go a long way to making us utilize the 95,000 slot allocated to us, which in turn will positively impact on your business drive, thereby laying a solid foundation for the growth of aviation industry in the country.
He called members of the committee to discharge their duties in the interest of Nigerian pilgrims.
My message is that though time is not on our side, as we have the shortest possible time to discharge this assignment, nonetheless, it must be carried out thoroughly and comprehensively with utmost good faith and sense of responsibility. Be fair and transparent. and indeed with the fear of Allah. Remember, we are carrying out this assignment in trust and on behalf of the pilgrims. Therefore, you must do everything to sustain this trust.
The chairman of the committee and NAHCON Commissioner of Operations, Abdullahi Hardawa, assured the chairman of the committee's readiness to carry out its assignment diligently. The committee has members drawn from government aviation-related agencies and other key stakeholders. Among them are Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA), Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET), Nigerian Airspace Management Agency (NEMA), and Accident Investigation Bureau (AIB). Others are Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria (FAN), Nigeria Customs Service, representatives of the State Pilgrims Welfare Boards and tour operators, as well as NAHCON board members and other officials. The committee has the following mandate: to screen prospective carriers that applied for the airlift of pilgrims and excess luggage, to ensure that applicants comply with the conditions stated in the advertisement and application form, determine the suitability and capability of applicants in line with extant regulations of Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) and International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO), recommend minimum standards of operation in accordance with industry best practices, and recommend appropriate pilgrim airfare and excess luggage rate for northern and southern departure zones. Others include to allocate passengers to the carriers based on their assessed capability, make any other recommendation necessary for the efficient conduct of 2020 Hajj airlift, as well as submit a comprehensive report at the completion of the exercise for consideration of the appropriate authority. After setting out the rules, the screening proper opened on Wednesday the 11th of March 2020 and was officially flagged off by the NAHCON chairman, during which he called on the airlines to operate with NAHCON in its drive to make Hajj affordable for Nigerians and as well as reduce the number of days spent by pilgrims during Hajj.
For this year Hajj and subsequent Hajj is to make Hajj affordable through reduction in the prices of accommodation, feeding, flight and other services. It's also our goal to reduce the number of days spent in the Holy Land. I enjoin you please in your deliberations and conclusion for you to support us in this two regard.
Representatives of the National Assembly, Senator Hassan Muhammad Gusau and Honorable Kabir Idris, made separate remarks at the occasion.
The success of any international Hajj operation year by year, anytime starts with the national carrier and ends with the national carrier. This basically the success of your contribution as carriers, both local and international, based on VASA agreements. That will be the success of the Hajj come 2020. And I strongly believe, and I hope, we will be part and parcel of the screening. Why? Because of accountability and making sure we got the right choice for people to deliver this very important occasion.
You made a lot of promises that inshallah this year's Hajj will be the most successful one. You promised that a lot of figures will be changed. Instead of 1.something million, you are going to drastically make our Muslim Ummah enjoy the pier with a great change. We hope you will try and fulfill your promise.
In all, 7 companies applied to airlift pilgrims from states, the FCT and armed forces. Out of these figure, 5 are indigenous, while 2 are Saudi-based. The indigenous companies are Arik Air Limited, Asman Air Services, Medview Airline, Max Air Limited, and Sky Power Express. The 2 foreign companies are Saudi-based, Flynas and Sky Prime. For the freight of pilgrims' excess luggage, 4 companies applied. They are Cargo Zeal Limited, Esteem Cargo and Tours Nigeria Limited, Sodoke Global Marine, and Nigeria Aviation Handling Company. Similarly, NAHCON has a policy having dedicated airlines to handle pilgrims opting to use tour operators for the Hajj. The two airlines are Azman Airline and West Link Airline Limited. The airlines took turns to be screened by the committee led by the NAHCON Commissioner of Operations, Abdullahi Magaji Hardawa. Some of the airlines managers interviewed after the screening exercise expressed satisfaction with the process, promising to provide better services for Nigerian pilgrims.
First of all, I would like to say Alhamdulillah that we made it even to the screening point. ARIC as a carrier, this is the first time that they're applying. And I must commend the current management of NAHCON, what they've done and what they've put in place. They've really showed Nigeria and us also as carriers who felt like there's a new sheriff in town. So the processes, the procedures have become very standard, and we pray that it continues to improve so that maybe one day we'll get to the level where things could be even done online without even you getting here.
Well, the process was very okay. We have deliberated very well, and all questions I believe were answered. And the committee are happy with what we have said, and also we are happy with the way the committee treated us. So it went very well.
Consistently we have been involved. And every year in, year out, we bring in a lot of new innovations to perform a new idea, like we did in the Zemzem, like they did with the giving of Iram and all these things. This year again, we have something we call in the airline OTP. OTP means on-time performance. And that gives a comfort to pilgrims to know when they will go and they will come.
We have over the years accomplished this task. We have never witnessed any incidents of loss, and we ensure that we get right documentation right from Saudi and ensure a proper reconciliation and delivery. It's what we call home services, because we ensure that we take them under customs cover to their doorsteps or return. So when they entrust their luggage to us, they should go home and sleep with assurance that their luggage are safe, secured, and will be properly delivered.
The committee is expected to submit its report to NAHCON management for further actions.
MashaAllah, you're still watching as you answer the call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Hajj rites are performed within 5 days of Zulhijjah, which is the 12th month of Islamic calendar. It starts on the 8th and ends on the 12th or 13th of the same month. What are the rites to be performed by pilgrims on each of these days of Hajj period? On Making the Hajj tonight, Imam Muhammad Maruf Onike Abdulaziz provides answers to these and other questions. He begins by explaining the concept of Hajj in Islam.
Hajj is one of the pillars of Islam, one of the 5 pillars of Islam that symbolizes the unity of Muslims, that symbolizes the oneness of Allah, that symbolizes the brotherhood in Islam, that symbolizes worshiping of Allah with your body and with your resources. One of the pillars of Islam, we have 5 pillars in Islam, as you all know. After believing in Allah and His Messenger, Salat, observation of Salat, payment of Zakat, fasting in the month of Ramadan. The last but not the least is performing the holy pilgrimage that is known as Hajj.
Hajj proper begins on the 8th of Zulhijjah.
On the 8th of Zulhijjah, you take your bath, spiritual bath, and you leave your house and move to Muna. It is expected, it is hoped that if you are doing Tamattu, you will have done your Umrah before then. You now move to Muna. When you get to Muna, it's a camp that has been designated for that purpose. All Muslims, all pilgrims, we assemble there, regardless of your status, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your race. All of us will don the same type of clothes, white clothes, top and bottom, nothing on top, nothing sewn will be worn by men. And you are going to be there on that 8th of Zulhijjah. Immediately you arrive Muna, you start sorting your prayer because you have become a Musafir.
The 9th of Zulhijjah is the Arafat day, and it is called the day of Hajj.
9th of Zulhijjah, midday, everybody is expected to move to Mount Arafah, Jabal Rama. When they say Ukuf Bela Harafa, Al-Hajju Arafah, Hajj is standing on Arafah, on Mount Arafah. If you perform Hajj, if you do any other thing and you don't stand on Mount Arafah, you have not performed Hajj. If you miss that is the fundamental thing that any pilgrim must do. God forbid, if one is sick, it has to be rolled. He has to be rolled on a stretcher to Mount Arafah. On Mount Arafah, you go to Mount Arafah midday and you combine your Surah and Nasri. You do two rakat. One Adhan, two Iqamah. You are going to be there remembering Allah, praising Allah, praying to Allah, giving glorification to the Almighty Allah till sunset.
On the 10th, pilgrims are to pelt the Jamara, shave their hair, slaughter animals, and if possible, perform Tawaful Ifada.
On the 10th of Zulhijjah, you have to move to Jamara. Jamara is where they have pillars symbolizing Satan. Symbolizing. You have Alilu Akilu Road in Kaduna, you have Marua Garden, you have Abibi Bridge. That is not where they stay. It doesn't belong to them. You use it to symbolize them. That 10th of Zulhijjah, you throw stone at the big one. There are 3 of them. That Kubra, we have Usta, we have Sugra. That Kubra, you throw only 7 stones at it. And you make sure there's a bowl. Make sure that your stone drop into that bowl. Only 7.
The pelting of the Jamarat continues on the 11th day of Zulhijjah.
Because that 10th of Zulhijjah, 11th of Zulhijjah, 12th of Zulhijjah, they are referred to as Ayam Tashriq. On the 11th of Zulhijjah, you go and throw peppers again. But on this day, you are throwing 21 peppers. You are going to throw at Kubra, you are going to throw at Osita, and you are going to throw at Sugra. 7, 7, 7. Just say Bismillah, Allah Akbar. On the 12th of Zulhijjah too, you do the same thing. After doing that, go back to Mecca. When you get back to Mecca, you get ready for journey back home. Before you go back home, you do what you call Tawaf al-Wada. That is Tawaf of bye-bye.
What is the position of Islam when pilgrims decide to stay in Muna up to the 13th day of Zulhijjah?
It means if you want to stay, because Quran says, there's no sin upon you if you move early or you move late or you move late. What he's saying is that instead of having 49, you can have 70. On the 4th day too, on the 5th day too, 5th day of Bimina, you now throw another 21 stone at the purpose. Those who are spending 4 days, we just throw 49. You want to spend extra days. Maybe you have gone extra day, maybe you have gone on your own. Because you have gone with an agency, you not leave you alone. They have to go with the group. There's no sin in doing that.
Imam Ma'ruf advises pilgrims to have the fear of Allah and also seek knowledge on how each Hajj rite is performed.
Welcome back. Up next is the quiz. Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, mention the 5 acts allowed and the 5 prohibited for pilgrims while in the state of Ihram. The correct answer is, 5 acts allowed are, women can wear any clothes that covers their body, taking shower, wearing wristwatch, eating and drinking, changing of Ihram. The 5 acts prohibited are, covering face or hand, shaving of hair, cutting nails, killing of animals that are not harmful, and sexual intercourse. The winner is Akinosho Zainab from Ibadan, Oyo State. She provided the answer ahead of others. Akinosho Zainab will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach her with the prize she won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort to social investment in Nigeria. For this week, the question is, mention the Hajj rites women menstruating are not allowed to observe. I repeat, mention the Hajj rites women menstruating are not allowed to observe. Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing. Once again, good luck. Now let's take some messages from our viewers. Abdul Karim Abdul Ghani from Kwara State sends the first message. It reads, I congratulate the NAHCON 4th board being led by Alhaji Zikrullah Hassan. I wish them a successful tenure. The second message comes from GSM number 0813-458-1580. The message says, I am calling on all Muslims to support NAHCON in all its undertakings. It is for our benefit. Thank you for this program as you answer the call.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد.
You too can send a message through our mobile number and other social media platforms. That's it on this edition of the program As You Answer the Call. Join us same time next week for another package. Good night and thanks for watching.
إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك